Do you know that in the Bible, there are prophecies that prophets of the Bible prophesied that never came to pass? Old Testament prophets, both major and minor, some of them gave prophecies that never came to pass. The only prophecies that they gave that of necessity came to pass were prophecies concerning Christ. The only prophecies they prophesied that God was committed to bring to pass were prophecies concerning the Christ. That's why all the promises of God are in him. That's why the only authentic message in the Bible is the message of Christ. That's the only thing authentic, because the book is his book. So the only prophecies that were fulfilled without any question were prophecies concerning the Christ. Are you in the building here? Please pay attention. So Jesus, in prophecy, in the mouth of the prophets, was the only authentic message in their lips. And Jesus focused on specific prophecies. In all the scriptures, he expounded the things specific concerning himself. Anything else, they were on their own. If the prophets gave any prophecy that was not concerning Christ, they will have to make sure it happens. The only prophecy that God was committed to was concerning his son. I don't know if I'm communicating at all. Look at the way Brother Paul, I love Brother Paul. Look at the way he communicated these thoughts to the church at Rome. Romans chapter 1 verse 1. Pay attention. Paul, a servant of Jesus Christ, called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of God, which he had promised. So the only promise of God in the Old Testament is the gospel of God, which he had promised afore by his prophets in the holy scriptures. What is that promise that God gave before? Concerning his son Jesus Christ our Lord, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh. Verse 4. And declared to be the Son of God with power according to the Spirit of holiness. How? By the resurrection from the dead. That's what God was committed to fulfill. That's what God was committed to fulfill. In Luke chapter 24 verse 44 to 45, he focused on the ones concerning himself. Look at it, 44. Luke 24, 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled. Which are these all things? Which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms. Which of them will be fulfilled? Concerning me. For example, look at Abraham's promise or Abraham's blessing. Genesis 12:2. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. In thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. How? If you had asked the right questions, you would have known that Abraham's blessings were not material. In thee shall all families of the earth be blessed cannot be material. There's no way Abraham will be the reason for the blessing of all families on earth material. So the blessing of Abraham cannot be material. Remember, Abraham went to Egypt. His children went to Egypt. Even Jesus went to Egypt. That's to make you know that it's not material. And I love Brother E.W. Kenyon. E.W. Kenyon said, when God spoke to Abraham, he made unto him an unqualified committal. Meaning, I will do it myself. I will do it myself. So God gave Abraham a promise that God himself would fulfill. So if I am you studying about Abraham's blessing, I will track down what God said he will do himself. And what did God say he will do himself? Look at Ezekiel 36 verse 27. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes. And you shall keep my judgments and do them. 28. And you shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and you shall be my people, and I will be your God. Give me verse 26. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Question: who will do all of it? God. So this is a promise that God gave, that God himself will fulfill. So what God said to Abraham, Ezekiel prophesied it a bit more clearer. That the blessing that Abraham will be to the families of the earth is that God will put a new spirit within us. So the blessing of Abraham is not material. The blessing of Abraham is the forgiveness of sins. The forgiveness of sins. A promise that God himself will fulfill. Jeremiah took it a bit further. Jeremiah 31:33. For this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Next verse. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. All is I will, I will, I will, I will, I will. A self-fulfilling promise. And that was the promise God gave to Abraham, that in him shall all nations of the earth be blessed.